So one of the things I try to do at least 3 times a week is listen to a podcast. And yesterday I came across a podcast that I listen to all the time, and I'll tell you about in a second, that was talking about happy bitches. And was talking about how and why happy bitches make space for pain in their life. For those who don't know me, my name is Shannon Wooten. I am a lifestyle infertility coach. I help women who feel disconnected from their bodies heal by owning Infertility Sucks, You Don't. So I was listening to the Style Your Mind podcast by Carol Alba, and she is the author of books you might have heard of before, The Champagne Diet, Girl Code, Sparkle, and many, many more. So on her podcast yesterday, or the other day, whatever, I listened to it yesterday, but on her podcast, she had Carol Pesce. I think I'm saying that right. It's Keyrylpesce, and she is the author of Happy Bitch. And have you ever listened to something before where it just sparks something in you and really just kind of resonates with you? And this is what happened to me while listening to the podcast. So Carol's book is called Happy Bitch. And in her conversation with Kara, she's talking about how kind of unrealistic it is for people to live in this mindset of always having the highlight reel. So the highlight reel is the point in your life where everything's going perfect all the time and it's just so perfect you can't even imagine it being any different, and expecting that to be status quo all the time. And they were talking about how it's unrealistic. And it got me thinking about Infertility Sucks, You Don't. And if you've watched any of my videos, or you haven't watched any of my videos, right, I'm going to tell you what Infertility Sucks, You Don't is about. Infertility Sucks, You Don't is about helping people find their self-worth. It's about knowing that you are not your infertility. It's about sharing experiences to letting you know that you're not alone, you're not an alien, you're not the only person that is going through a struggle, in particular this type of struggle, and allowing you to know that you don't need to hide from your feelings. You can use them, you can learn from them. So making space for her in your life was just very, almost like a bomb went off in my head. It was just, wow, this is exactly what I'm thinking. This is exactly what I'm trying to keep the dialogue open about with Infertility Sucks, You Don't, because ultimately no one gets a prize for having a life that's free of pain. At least I'm not aware of. If there's somebody that's handing out flowers or gifts or whatever because you seemingly have the perfect existence, let me know, comment below in the video. But I've never heard of it before. I've never heard of anybody saying, oh, I've had the perfect existence, so now I win a prize. Never heard of it. Furthermore, I've never heard of anybody that said, I actually have the perfect existence. Discovering our life is not going to turn out as we planned is sad, and it's disappointing. And sometimes, like I did with infertility, it caused you to grieve it. When you get to a place where you have an expectation of how something is supposed to turn out, and it's very devastating, it's almost as, it's like a trauma in your life, it's grieving it. That is sad. And pretending that it's not sad is only gonna make you more sad. It's certainly not gonna heal you. It's certainly not going to allow you to have ownership of those feelings and allowing them to teach you. So using your grief is valuable to helping you heal and allowing you to take a moment to say, what do you want to teach me? What is this pain trying to teach me about myself? What is this pain trying to teach me about this experience? What is this pain trying to teach me about my life now? So making space for pain in your life is important because I think we're all aware that our life is not going to be sunshine and roses all the time. Going to war on your negative feelings is not always the most helpful thing to do, but going to war on them in the sense that you're creating a space for them in your life, as well as you do your happy feelings, is where you're going to learn from them. Why? Because understanding what makes us feel bad leads way and gives path to understanding the things that make us happy, and vice versa. So if you know what makes you sad, you're also going to know what makes you happy. And if you know what makes you happy, you're going to know what gives you pain, a moment of pause, or causes you grief. Ultimately, your value is not determined by what you can do. Your value is determined by doing what you can with what you've got. It's not about saying, I have the perfect life. Everything is so great, and advertising that to the world, especially if it's not true. It comes in saying, this sucked. I had a moment of pause. I had a moment where my life was not exactly as I wanted it to be. And instead of burying myself under those expectations, I learned from them. I allowed it to teach me. And so in being good to yourself and in understanding what makes you happy, as well as understanding, like I said, what brings pain to your life, is what's going to make you a happy bitch. And I loved that podcast because it really spoke truth. So often, especially these days with social media, and if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it a million times in my videos, that social media is great for connecting with people. It's what gives me this avenue to speak to you. But it is like poison to your self-esteem if you're in the middle of your spin cycle. If you're in the middle of a moment in your life where you feel like you're turning around like a tornado, you don't know which end is up, you don't know when it's gonna stop, but all you can see is everybody else around you living perfect. Everybody else is happy, and here I am being bitchy. Well, take that and use it. I'm a happy bitch because I worked through my pain. I'm a happy bitch because you processed what was making you sad. And by processing that, you find out what's gonna make you happy. Nobody's life is perfect. Nobody's life is 100% good all the time. And you convincing yourself that it is setting an unrealistic expectation for your life as well. So be a happy bitch. I have something in my teeth. Be a happy bitch. Allow yourself to have the moments where you are sad. Allow yourself to have moments where you feel pain, and use it, listen to it, and let it teach you. Be good to yourself, guys. Throw me some hearts if you like this video, and stay tuned. Tomorrow, I have a very, very special piece of information I want to share with you on some giveaways that I'm going to be doing next week in light of National Infertility Awareness Week. But until then, be good to yourself. Have a great day. Do great things. And I'll talk to you soon.